Hello， 大家好，我是宅君，欢迎回到天国降临。
Sir, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
Well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safer.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what, in your opinion, should he do about it?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it surprises me.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. You're quite right. The roads really aren't safe. Mostly due to one thing. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band?
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Well, look at this fine gent.
Teresa, I brought you something.
My, how chivalrous. That's lovely. Thank you so much.
Wouldn't you like to take a stroll somewhere?
I'd love to. I love it here by the water. But how come you've been so quiet the whole time? What's on your mind?
You're on my mind.
Oh? In what way?
Well, you know, how pretty you look in that.
Ah. You think I look pretty, do you?
Yeah. Especially when you laugh.
I was afraid you'd say especially when you've no clothes on.
Well, now that you mention it.
Come here, you charmer.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sir Kuno. Sir Kuno? Baron Rickvold. Isn't this his camp?
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can see why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue?
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway, you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief. These here are the Bearman brothers, Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs, except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Kobler.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got round to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat. You pull them out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. Well, as I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Sure. No problem, Chief.
You fucking dog!
Oh!哇，又被反击，太猛了吧！
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce. And I rode to Colleen with the delegation. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time. And how could I refuse him?
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth.
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool, and your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in...
Oh, he might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can... Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. But then my cousin, Adam of Dread. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates, and so it was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I just...
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say.
Should we ride out?
No point in going out now. It'll soon be dark. Come back at first light and we'll get going.
All right.
You can sleep here in the camp if you want. There's room enough. And you ought to get better acquainted with the fellas.
What is it, Jakey?
The stone wants to talk with you, if you can call it that. Probably about that ring.
What ring?
Ah, no one told you about it. The fellas call it the Ring of Bacchus. Kuno gave us this ring. It's just a worthless bauble. But when we're at the tavern, Kuno pays everything for the man who... So we steal the ring from each other and try to trick each other.
That sounds like a lot of fun. But I don't have the ring, so why does the stone want to see me?
He probably wants you to steal it from someone. Since you're new, the fellas will talk to you, and it won't be suspicious.
All right. I'll have a word with him. Hey, Jakey, can you tell me something about yourself?
Want to get matey, eh? Sure, Henry. What do you want to know?
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
Well, I used to be a baker's hand in Prague, but all the other fellas were always on my back, always To make a bit of coin, I started going to the tavern across the road, entertaining the rich gents with jokes. One time, Kuno turned up there, and I got to talking with him. When I told him all the shit I was getting at the bakery, he offered to take me with him.
I bet you were glad to get out of there.
Yeah, though it's not like they give me much peace here either. It's all,
Jakey, come here. Jakey, go there. Jakey, get that.
How come they bullied you at the bakery?
not now maybe. I learned a thing or two since then.
Oh, come on, you, Shy? You just said you were playing the fool and telling...
All right, I'll tell you the truth. They picked on me because I'm an orphan. The parish priest of St. Apollinaires in Prague found I spent half my childhood in parish houses and half on the street.
I see. That must have been tough.
It still is tough, I can tell you that.
Jakey sent me to you. Something about a ring?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you want me to get it from someone?
Mm-hmm.
Who has it? Does Dangler have it? All right. How should I get it? I got the ring from Dangler. Yeah, well, I suppose there's not much more either of us can say about it. Yeah, thanks to you too. Why do they call you Dangler?
Because Kuno found me dangling on the end of a rope.
Ah, I see. So, he saved you from execution?
I wouldn't call it an execution exactly. There was a proper night for you. Full of ideals and honour. They stood me on a shaky wooden cross with my hands...
How long were you stuck there?
I couldn't tell you. Hours. Maybe days.
Jesus. How on earth did you survive?
I didn't. When Kuno found me, they cut me down, took the rope off me.
Stefan, can you tell me something about yourself?
What is it you want to know, youngster?
I'm curious how you ended up in Kuno's band.
You noticed I don't exactly fit in with this pack of felons and reprobates, huh? Unfortunately, you can't always choose your company, can you?
No, I suppose not. But how did you come to be with them?
Oh, well, I'd love to tell you, but Kuno insisted we keep that between the two of us. And I'm not...
Oh. But... Well, Kuno said it was you who wanted to keep it secret.
Really? Are you sure about that? You must have misunderstood him.
No, I don't think so. At least... Oh, never mind. So, where did you live before? What did you do?
I used to live in a town before. Back there I was doing something very different.
Actually, I haven't the foggiest idea what...
Me? I'm an open book, lad. Ask me anything you like.
Maybe another time.
As you wish. Shame, though. There's nothing I enjoy more than conversing.
Tell me something about...
What do you want to know?
How did you and Jan end up with Kuno?
Me and my brother been riding with coin men since we was little. This was just another mercenary band for us. But Kuno seemed like a decent kind of fellow who'd treat us.
Can you tell me something about yourself, Jan?
Why not? I haven't been to confession for a while.
How did you end up in Kuno's band?
It's nothing new for me and my brother. We've been fighting for coins since we were old enough to carry swords. Last time we rode with one Lombardian by the name...
What happened? Did you fall out?
Nah, we just wanted to come back to Bohemia. You know how it is. When no one understands a word you say, it ain't worth a damn.
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book? Shut the fuck up.
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Keep your eyes peeled, though. There might be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre. They weren't even armed. Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Nice blue eyes, but not a bit of silver. Let's start with your boots for a change.
You found anything interesting?
Fuck all. They cleaned 'em out good and proper. But one fellow was still alive.
And what did you do with him?
Don't you worry. I seen plenty of wounded fellas, and he wouldn't have made it. So, I put him out of his misery.
I see. And did he tell you anything?
He mumbled something about some Lord...
Zul? I never heard the name.
Me neither. But I don't know too many nobles.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They were avoiding the road, which is
Towards dawn?
meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Well, they can't move too fast then.
No, and what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks. Kuno, your men are robbing the dead.
What did you expect, Henry? Old habits die hard, and most of the lads ain't had an easy life.
Well, maybe it's time they turned over a new leaf then.
You ought to be a priest. Try telling them yourself then, if you want to hear some choice swear words.
Looks like they carried away a lot of stuff. They went this way. Seems they met some resistance at the farm. There they are.
Supposing 8 went missing my way and another 8 your way?
Then we'd have 24, and that's a fishy amount.
How do you mean?
What's going on there?
Hey! What have we got here? Hey,
Whoa!
entertainment
What are
great.
you there?
Dear, did that...
Bring it on!
I shot down those raiders.
You did? Well, nice work. So where are they?
A short way to the east, in a glade in the woods. They're dividing up their loot.
How many of them are there?
About 7.
We'll see. I'll tell the lads we're gonna deal with them. Nice and quiet. Hey! To me! Now! Listen up! Henry tracked down those bastards who raided the farm. They're dividing up their loot, not far from here. So let's pounce on them and give them what for. Move out!
Dear God.
Oh shit! Oh.
Oh dear, did that hurt?
Yeah, nice trick. What do you call that?
A secret of the trade, Sonny. But you lost your puff fighting that other fucker, didn't you, brother?
Nah. I was just faking it to confuse him.
Oh, yeah? So how come you were still breathless after, eh? Which do you reckon is better to
Right, we'll have a look around here for, clues. You can go and scout out that farm, Henry.
Kuno will want to know about this. I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zul. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zuls?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia.
I'll ride out right away.
Go. Ride like the devil. If they openly left a message like that, then I reckon there's trouble on the horizon.
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhoyed.
Christ. It seems Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
Now this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zul.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty. As I expected. Old grievances coming back to haunt me.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently he still hopes I will agree to this kind of...
But surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel.
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held...
Like this one?
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has... Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long...
Well, if I'm to know what I'm up against, I'll need to hear...
True. All right, in a nutshell. Several years ago, I had... So, I hanged the head of the family. Ever since then, they've had it in for me. Not surprisingly.
But you acted in good conscience.
Yes, although in retrospect it might seem excessively harsh.
Well, what are we going to do about this?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll...
So you'd fight him? If it...
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge.
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
I'd been to see Sir Radzig.
So how did he take the news?
Well, he wasn't exactly happy about it.
I can well imagine. I wouldn't want the Zulls plundering my estates either.
He wants us to carry on patrolling the area.
That makes sense. I don't think he'll come to us.
Sure.
Mount up then, and let's go.
Please, can we stop for a bit? My arse is aching, and I've such a thirst I could drink a moat dry.
Same here. What do you say, Chief?
Not to worry. We'll reach it soon. We'll spend the night there.
I heard they've got a peculiar priest there. They say he drinks like the devil himself.
There's nothing strange about that. Every other man of the cloth is a swill pot.
Or a lecher.
Or both.
Quiet. Listen.
For the love of God, help! Please, sir, help me.
Don't worry, lass. Nothing to fear. We're with Sir Radzig, in the manner of speaking. What's the matter?
These brigands came. The menfolk fled and left us there. They started pillaging the place, drinking whatever they could find and smashing things. I ran off, but the other girls, You've got to save them. Please, I beg you.
Easy, lass. Drinking, you say?
Aye, sir. They rolled the casks into the courtyard and started swilling like pigs from a trough.
Well, as our old cook used to say, if you want to make a proper goulash, you should soak the meat in ale for a while to soften it first.
Ah, let them get well soaked, and then go and chop them up. Good thinking, Chief.
But what about the girls? Those men, they were...
I'm sure your friends won't be getting nothing they ain't had before.
Well, unless they be nuns.
Kuno, the girl's right. If we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry. But it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
You promised Sir Radzig you protect his fiefdom, and that means his subjects too.
Come on, it's not like their lives are in any real danger. Hagen's men just want a bit of fun.
A bit of fun? Are you fucking serious? You know very well, Kuno, how innocent girls can end up after a bit of fun with animals like that. Well, I, for one, am not going to sit back and let it happen, even if I have to creep in there myself and try to rescue them.
Oh, all right. It's not the smartest thing to do. But let's go and tackle those fuckers if that's how you want it.
Good. Thanks.
Right. We better try and save those girls from Hagen's brutes. Let's go!
哦，好多人哦！哦shit！走。
you!
So, where's those damsels we so gallantly rescued?
They took to their heels as soon as they saw the pair of you. Can't say I blame them.
We've a long way to go to finish the job.
Did I tell you about how St. Clair appeared to me? It was...
They left us some damn good booze here. And as my old man used to say, the fire of battle must be quenched. Of course, the only battle he was ever in was with Ma. But still, it fits. Anyway, I hope you'll drink with us.
Sure. Why look a gift horse in the mouth?
My words exactly. Me and the lads were just saying how we know nothing about you. Most of the folk around here have hardly been further than the village market. But you must have seen a thing or two.
That I have.
Aye, I heard. And Radzig told me you're from there.
Do you know Talmberg?
Aye, I do. It's that castle on the hill, not far from here.
That's right. Sir Divish is the lord there.
I remember hearing something.
His wife, Lady Stephanie, managed to get justice for him in the end with the...
Right. But I thought you were going to tell us something about yourself, Henry.
I'm getting there. It's to do with the young Lady Stephanie. She took a liking to me and asked me to help her get some things for her cousin's wedding, which I did. And she was very, very grateful.
So the lady was nice to you. That's a charming story.
No, you don't get it, Kuno. She was very grateful.
What are you... No. Never. You and the lady of the castle?
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise for me, too.
Are you mad? Did it cross your mind what her husband could do?
No, I suppose. But I was caught up in the moment.
Jesus, Henry. Let me give you a word of advice. We're not from here, so it doesn't matter much. But I wouldn't go telling that story around these parts.
Of course not, don't worry. Let me guess. It's...
Yeah. You gave it to Fletch, right?
Yeah.
That's a shame. I had my eye on it.
Sorry, not a clue.
Look here.
I'm looking for the ring. That tricky bastard Stefan has hidden it somewhere.
Yeah, well...
What don't you know?
Where he put it?
Jakey, I never...
But he's the only one here who...
I suppose Stefan offered you something.
Well,
how about I offer you more?
He's sure to find out. How much are you talking about? All right. It's in a nest.
Aha. What nest?
A kestrel's, I think.
Aha. I think you know what I mean.
Well, if you climb on top of that hillock...
Tricky? I've got the ring.
Kuno won't know what hit him. I'll drink the alehouse dry, just to get... Here, have a drink yourself, on me.
Thanks. Can we set out?
Sure. We'll head towards Sasau today.
You think they could be Hagans?
Maybe, maybe not. It's enough that they're not local. Jakey, go and scout ahead. Don't want us running into any surprises. See if there's a good spot for us to camp.
Right, Chief.
What's the matter with Jakey? No back talk.
I gave him a swig of schnapps at supper. Perhaps it made a man of him overnight.
Or that boar piss of yours took away his will to live.
Zastubi device potoki wina, Nesvenis nesemezis viva, Nesvenis neska se slavi, Citali pijem nestevaj nam hlavi. Hej! Ciężkie přítele plemeno hady, Pusti ich sobie, a ponad je zradi. Chcecie boi, nie chcesz już nic,
All right, Henry. I'm coming, brother. Second. Catch the horse! We're on the river bank. We have to get back to the bank, quick, before they cut us off.
弓箭手先杀。还有吗？
What now?
I don't know. They could be lying in wait for us anywhere. Someone must have snitched on us. We should split up and get the fuck out of here.
So every man for himself?
Just so.
But you think it was one of the band who betrayed us?
Look around for yourself. Who's missing? Jakey. That's who. I sent him on ahead, and he knows which way we're going. That little fucking Judas! When I get my hands on him, he'll rue the day he was born.
I'll try and track him down. He can't be too far away.
No, it's too risky. He could have Hagen's people all around him. All we need to do is get out of here in one piece.
I see everyone made it back in one piece.
Thank Christ. Someone up there must like us. Somehow we always manage to get out of these sticky situations.
Well, someone up there, or someone down there.
Shit, right. Well, the main thing is we made it.
So we'll go patrolling again?
We will, but not you.
What? Why not?
I found out where Jakey is. I want you to grab him and beat everything he knows about Hagen out of him.
Well, that sounds like a good plan. But why me?
For one thing, you're reliable. And for another, you're not likely to wring his neck on sight. Which can't be said for the rest of us.
What are you going to be doing in the meanwhile?
We'll go on patrol as normal. It could be a trick, you see, to lure us into a trap.
But what if they're waiting to spring a trap on me?
It could well be, Henry. So you should be very careful. But one thing's for sure, Jakey won't be there forever. And someone's got to go and check it out.
Where is he hiding?
He isn't, a little shit. He's drinking away his 30 pieces of silver in some alehouse, bold as brass. The inn on the meadow, or something.
The inn in the glade?
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll get going then.
Go. And when you find him, deal with him however you see fit. Just make sure you find out what he knows first.
Right, Chief.
好，那我们今天的影片就先到这边，感谢各位的收看，我们下集见喽，拜拜。